Hello decorators! Welcome to Decor Lab. In this video tutorial, we will show you how to create this cute Halloween display. Are you guys ready? Let's get started. First, let's start with colors. For this display, we chose these colors. They're beautiful together. And here we have the Baby Pink by Tuftex, we have Pixie by Tuftex, and we have Mirror Space Gray by Kalisan. We're using a variety of sizes. Here we have 11-inch and 17-inch. 11-inch inflated to the different capacity. And we put all of those balloons together in one cluster of 6 balloons. So what we're going to do now, we will be putting them on this base, which is just the grid panel attached to our lampstands. And that's pretty affordable and very easy to put together. We just put them on the zip ties over here. Now I'm going to be building the garland right on our base. But in some spots, I will be using 260s just to extra secure our clusters together. You guys ready? Let's do it. First, I'm going to attach this cluster to the base at the very beginning. So this is where I want my garland to start. What I'm going to do here, I'm going to spread 2 balloons and kind of let it sit on the base. Can you leave it at that? Absolutely. But I am going to use my 260 to secure 2 balloons over the base so they stay still after I attach the rest of the garland together. I simply looped it around 2 balloons, tied it once, and I'm gonna do it again on the other side. Just like that. So now I'm taking the next cluster and using the necktie technique, I will be attaching the new cluster to the previous cluster just behind the grid. And we'll have it cascading behind and wrapping around in front. So all of the future clusters will be just attaching to each other with a necktie technique. So finding the neck, find the longest neck in the cluster. So here seems to be this one. And then finding the neck in this cluster and just tie it. And now let's make a garland go all the way down behind the grid to the floor. At any point creating your garland, you can simply have 2 balloons sit on the grid wall for your garland to stay in place. So like that. And then when you continue your garland on the floor, it kind of doesn't move around as much. Our garland is almost complete. We made it all the way to the floor. The next, we are going to use a 260 to attach this garland on the bottom to this grid wall. So again, simply threading it through the grid wall and around the balloons. Tying it. And you can do it again because it's long enough. All right. Just like that. Now what we're going to do is we are going to cascade this garland on the floor. Again, here I will use another attachment point with a 260 in the middle of the grid to have our bottom garland to stay in place. For that, we're going to use the loop of 260 that we simply just created by tying 2 ends of it together and creating a loop on a grid ball. Now we're going to loop a balloon from our cluster through that loop. Now it will stay in place. As I said, you can use the loops of the 60s for the extra hold. And optionally, you can always fluff your garland up. To do that, you only take a cluster and a loop up to 60 and loop it around the cluster like so and add it at your desired spot, like right here. Now we're going to finish it off with our baby clusters. Here we have the 5-inch quads with the 260s already tied to it. Now to make this garland to fit a Halloween theme, let's add our bats to it. So here we have some Mylar bats, and we are going to attach them using 260s. So here we have applied 260s with some gaffer's tape to the back of it, and this one is tied, and this one is not tied yet, so you guys can see that we attached it using the H shape. Okay, so now let's attach it. So obviously this one is tight, and we're simply going to take this and loop it around the balloon wherever we want it. And here you have it, a cute Halloween display. We will leave the link for some of the things we used for this setup in the description below, and I will see you next video.